Hey guys, it's Carl Brown for GL365 and today we're going to take a look at Reapers by Muse. Now, this song has got some really cool guitar work in it. Now, it also uses a lot of whammy pedal, which I do not have, so you're not going to hear that being used in this lesson. Also, his guitar solo has a really liberal amount of whammy pedal in it, so I'm not really even attempting that in this lesson. It's a really cool guitar solo. It'd be fun to teach, but I'd probably get a lot of grief for it because you can't make it sound like it unless you have that whammy pedal. So we're going to concentrate on all the other parts, the tapping part and all the riffs and stuff. And the guitar solo, if you guys really want me to do it, I will, but once again, it's basically going to be without a whammy pedal. So it's going to be like, this is what he's doing, but you got to get your own whammy pedal and you know, do your own thing with it. All right, so let's take a look at here. Now this intro starts off, we're in a drop D tuning, by the way, so just take your low E string and tune it down to D. All right, so we're going to start here. You know, there's some noise and all that good stuff. You know, we're not going to cover the noise, so we're going to start with the tapping part. Now, the actual pattern is you're going to start it on the 4th fret at the very first time through. You're going to start 4, just hammer on from nowhere. So just hammer on the 4th fret on the D string, hammer on 7, and then tap at the 12th fret. Now from there, we're really going to start the actual pattern itself, very Eddie Van Halen-esque. Now the tapping pattern itself is you're going to tap here at the 12, pull off to the open D string, and then hammer on 4, 7. So we're basically doing this. So there's a 4-note lick. All right. Now, but when he first comes into it in the song, you're going to hear him start on the 4. All right, and then you can lock into the pattern. And then you're going to move everything up. Just you're going to keep the right hand the same. Just move everything up. Instead of 4, 7, you're going to be hammering 5, 8. And then up here, still keep the right hand the same. You're going to change the fingerings to 8 and 11 it's hammering on. And then move it down to 7 and 10. So we have this so far. All right, now we're going to move over to the G string. So you're going to now tap the 12th fret on the G, pull off to the open, and hammer on 3, and the big stretch here all the way up to 7. Then move up to 5, 8 in the left hand, and then 6, 9 in the left hand. Now here's where he kind of varies it. He does this tapping part twice in the song. In the intro here, after he does that part, there's a lot of noise here, and he kind of takes the 15th fret on the D and slides down the D just while he's kind of picking it. So that comes out of this full tapping part. I'll just play the full tapping part slowly for you. And then we're into the verse. Now when you hear this tapping part the second time in the song, it has a different ending to it, but it also, he uses the whammy pedal. So you'll hear him do the tapping part twice, that lick twice, and then he'll do the octave on the whammy pedal, and then it's the exact same thing he's playing, except it takes the sound up. So it's 2, 2, 2, 2 without the pedal, 2 with the pedal, 2 without the pedal, 2 with the pedal. And then you just go through the same tapping part, doing that same routine there with it. All right. Now, the second time through, when he's doing adding the whammy pedal to it, when he gets up here, instead of doing this, he goes like this. And just do it like, after that, go. He just, it's really kind of one of those noise things. But this is what he does live. He's doing a 9-10 here, kind of a trill, while he's doing the tap. And this is with the whammy pedal, and then just move it up. Just take it up. And don't worry about it sounding precise or accurate or whatever. It's literally supposed to sound like noise. All right, so let's take a look at this verse. I'll play it real quick. All right, so this is pretty simple. You're going to be playing now this D minor here, 7th fret on the D, 7th on the G, 6th on the B. Kind of mute a couple strings down, up, and then play the same thing but with the notes in the left hand. Then you're just going to add now the 8th fret on the B string. Then up into this chord, 10th fret on the B, 7 on the G and the D. And then you're just going to take the note on the B string down to 8 now. He actually plays it with this fingering. And start over. And we're going to end it here with this A dominant 7 chord. And that's just 7th on the D, 9 on the G, 8 on the B, 9 on the high E string. And then that goes into that, probably the main riff of the song. That sounds like this. All right, so that's a pretty cool one to play. So we're gonna start with a low D string, and then you're gonna pick 5, 3, 0 on the A string. Now kind of palm mute that and use all downstrokes. Now you're gonna go back to this 3 and pull off 3 to 0. Then you're gonna play 5, 3 on the low E. Then 2 open strings, the low D string there, open, over to the 5th fret on the A string, and then back down to the low D string. So we have this. All right, and then we start now without the open D, and that's just this. That's 5, 3, 0 again on the A string picked. Then once again do that pull off from 3 to 0 on the A, and then do that pull off on the low E string as well. And then you can just play a power chord of the 3rd fret off the A string up to 4. So all together. Repeat that. It's just now the last 2 chords, instead of doing this, second time through it's this. And that's just the bar across the 3rd fret on the A and that low D string. 3, and then up to the 4th fret. And then we get to the chorus, which sounds like this. And that's back to the tapping, the second tapping part there. Now, that's a pretty easy riff right there. We're going to be hammering on, that's hammer on 3 to 5, pick 5 a few times, then 3, 5. I'm going to do that same pattern now between 2 and 3. And then between 8 and 10, and back to 3 and 5. Except here, now we're going to end it with a pull off 3 to 0, and then that power chord in the 3rd fret, down to the 2nd fret. So all together. Repeat. All right, now after the guitar solo, that chorus comes back in, and they play it a little bit differently. It sounds like this. Alright, so that's basically just taking that first hammer on, just kind of holding on that note, and then same pattern on each one. Same ending as the first chorus. So, alright, now as they're playing that, that chorus, they go into an out chorus, which I just kind of call it that, where he just does some little high arpeggiated triads up the neck. Sounds like this. All right, so that is sliding into the, from 15 to 16 on the G, and then you're gonna hold the 16 on the G and then the 15 on the high E and the B string together. Now the picking, see if you can follow along here, because it's similar for all of them. You go from the G string, slide into that note on the G string, play B, then back to the G, then a pick across from the first string. So we have this. So after you get back down to that G string, you're going to pick it a few times. Then back G, B, G, and then back to the high E and pick across. Kind of ended on the B. So it's really kind of just a feel thing. Just try to use your ear to kind of memorize what it sounds like, because it's just 3 different notes. It's just really kind of getting the pattern in your fingers. One more time. All right, now the next one, we're gonna play the same chord shape, but instead of sliding into it, we're gonna hammer into it. From 13 to 14 on the G, and now you're gonna be barring there at the 13th fret on the B and the high E with your 14 on the G there. Same picking pattern. Now we're gonna slide from 11 to 12, and the chord we're going to pick across is going to look like a D major chord, but here at the 12th fret. It's actually a C major chord now. And now this last one, we're going to slide from 11 to 12 again, but the notes we'll be picking across is 12 on the G, B, and the 10th fret on the high E. Now you're only going to do half the picking pattern, because you're going to go, which is 10, hammer 11, so we're on the G string here, 10, hammer 12, I'm sorry, pull back off to 10, and slide down to 9. So all together. Then you do the same thing again. And then here, you still go to 9, then all the way down to 7. That's really when the band drops out. And you kind of just shakes that note pretty hard for a while. All right, and then we go into the outro section, which starts with a bass playing a riff, and then Matthew Bellamy joins him on the guitar, and that riff sounds like this. All right, so it's basically the same thing repeated a couple times, and halfway through the third time through, he starts doing his noise stuff again. So we're going to start here, the 12th fret on the low D string, then he open D, then 3-0. So hear this. Then you're going to play 4-5 on the low D to that open. So we have this. Now just remember this. So we have this. Then the open, we're going to take that same pattern, open, now to one note higher, it's the 6th fret, open, then 7, 8. So you notice that the pattern is this, open, one note, open, 2 notes, open, one note, open, 2 notes. Now, and it's just moving 1 fret higher each time, each note. So it starts with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So starting from the 12. See that last, I came back and started over on that 12th fret. So 2 times through, and then when he gets to the, he did the 8th fret there on the 3rd time through, he just does a bend, throws some whammy pedal on there and have some fun. Then he goes into a series of octaves that he tremolo picks. Now let me just show you, just kind of tremolos picking those octaves. The octaves he's playing, 6th fret on the A, the octave shape there, and then the 8th fret on the G. So make sure that D string in the middle is muted. So you're going to go from 6 to 4. Just listen to the recording, you hear the timing of when they move, the melody moves. 6, 4, then 6, 9. Then he just works his way down, 6, 5, 4, then 1, 3. One more time. 6, 4, 6, 9, 6, 5, 4, 1, 2. So those last ones, the second half of it, those aren't held very long. It's just kind of a real melody there. And then, you know, he kind of just hangs out there. And then you'll have just some, just to end the songs is just kind of some bends. He's just going up the low D string, just doing some bends as he does it. And then he'll hit the open, 2 open strings, the bottom strings. All right, so like I said, that solo's got a lot of whammy pedal in it, so you know, I could do it, but it'll just be actually what he's playing without the effects. So you guys, you know, it's up to you whether you want to see it or not. All right, I'll see you again soon for GuitarLessons365.com.